Happy Wednesday, everybody. So glad that you're along today. Well, I've been looking at some words of Jesus from Matthew 25 all this week in my daily devotions that I write. And it led me to a passage of scripture in the Psalms, specifically the 79th Psalm. And I was encouraged by the words at the very end of the Psalm. The whole Psalm basically talks about how the nations have come together and defiled the temple of Jesus. They have defiled the reign of Jesus Christ. They have sought to undermine the authority of God and replace God with their own authority and their own power. Humanistic efforts fully at work to eliminate the need for God from culture, from society, from government, and let man have his best shot at making this world the place it's supposed to be. We know how that turns out, those of us who have read the end of the book. But right now, we're really in the throes of that. It's extremely powerful right now in our world, and it can be discouraging, can't it? But then, at the end of this psalm, Asaph writes this: "But we, your people, the sheep of your pasture, will give thanks to you forever. From generation to generation, we will recount your praise." Are we doing that? In the midst of all of the grumbling and complaining of everything that's going on in the world right now, as you enter into conversations with people and you get into debates about whether this policy is good or that policy is unconstitutional, or whether or not there's any medical evidence for this or that, or what your personal preference is for wearing one or not wearing one, as you have those debates, are we representing two people that we are the sheep of God's pasture, and that we will give thanks to him and recount his praise from generation to generation? I challenge you today to not let any conversation you have with anyone about any subject ever be completed without there being from your lips a word of thanks and praise that God is in control and that you trust him. Maybe the temperament of our world will change if God's people would be a little more thankful. Have a wonderful day.